Hello everyone, this is Kenny Denslow with episode 2 of my podcast, Basketball from the Backyard. The last time I spoke, I went into my predictions about what I believed would happen in the NBA playoffs, and now I get to discuss where things stand now. My original predictions were not too far off, except for me predicting the Brooklyn Nets would beat the Boston Celtics. This prediction was far off from what actually happened, as the Celtics made short work of the Nets by means of a sweep. In my defense, Kevin Durant has dominated elite defenses plenty of times in his career, but this Celtics defense is for real. The Celtics looked so good in the first round, making many people confident that they could actually win it all this year. But in order to get that far, the Celtics need to take down the defending champs. The Celtics defense has me sold that they will beat the Bucks in 6 games. The Bucks are a great team even without Chris Middleton, but they will definitely miss him this series. The Celtics have been one of the best teams in the league since the second half of the season started, as they have reshaped the culture surrounding Boston basketball. They are playing as a team and giving it everything they have, just like the Bucks did when they won the championship last year. This series could really go either way, but no one ultimately looks better than the Celtics right now. Moving to the Western Conference, I have the Golden State Warriors sweeping the Memphis Grizzlies. The Warriors looked excellent in the first round as they beat a tough Nuggets team in just 5 games, largely thanks to Jordan Poole. The Warriors' star power is difficult enough for defenses to handle, but when other players like Poole are averaging almost 30 points a game, they are as close to impossible as ever to stop. To make matters worse for the Grizzlies, they really struggled at times to defeat a young and experienced Minnesota Timberwolves team, who surprisingly won 2 games against the Grizzlies last round. The Warriors are clicking on all cylinders, and just does not seem like the Grizzlies are good enough to disrupt that. Next up, I have the Miami Heat beating the shorthanded Philadelphia 76ers in 5 games. I originally predicted the 76ers would beat the Heat, but that was before Joel Embiid's devastating injury. With the superstars' health in question, this series is very different as the Heat now have a much bigger advantage. In order for the 76ers to win, James Harden would need to play much better than he has been, which is unlikely considering his struggles and the Heat's elite defense. The Heat handled Trae Young last round, and they should be able to do the same to the 76ers supporting cast. Lastly, I have the Phoenix Suns beating the Dallas Mavericks in 7 games. This should be the most entertaining matchup this round, as both teams looked very good in their first round matchups even without their best players. Chris Paul propelled his team without Devin Booker for most of the first round of victory, as Jalen Brunson, who carried his team to 2 victories against the Utah Jazz without Luka Doncic, did as well. With both teams fully healthy, strong showings are likely to be seen from both sides, but the Suns are a slightly more talented team as they proved by making it to the finals last year. This series will also be very close, but it would be hard to believe that the Suns will not have an opportunity to avenge their defeat from last year. I hope everyone enjoyed my return to my podcast, Basketball from the Backyard. Of course, make sure to share your predictions with me and tell me what I got right and wrong. Until next time, I am signing off.